Hello guys, welcome to the next episode of Podium. Today we're doing Atlantis, the Lost Empire. It follows Milo and a team of explorers as they look for Atlantis, the Lost Empire in the name. And a whole bunch of stuff goes down. It's a very crazy movie.
It's a classic 2000s Disney movie.
Yeah, very good movie on Disney Plus. Give it a watch. Good animated movie.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those movies, if you haven't seen it, it's unique enough where you definitely should just watch it, I feel like.
Yeah. But a very good movie. So we're doing that today. Alright, so let's get right into it. Steven, what's your
first
point?
Yeah. So when we were watching it, a few minutes in maybe, you turned to me and went, "Hey, is that Michael J. Fox?"
Yep.
Yeah. It is, and he's in the movie, and he does a really good job portraying the main character.
Yeah, Milo.
Yeah. And when I was thinking about the movie afterwards, I was like, you know what? It was the commitment to the main character that stuck with me.
Okay.
And I think Michael J. Fox is like a perfect casting choice. So I think my top of the podium is going to be a great casting choice for the main character.
Okay.
Because Michael J. Fox has this thing about him where he lends any role he plays this kind of niceness to it, where it's like there's a nice guy going around, but he's also cool. He's like that really weird, cool, nice guy. And it lended to Milo that believability where he could become a cool character because he started out as a lame character.
Yeah.
So for me watching it, I was like, oh, he provided good acting, as anybody would expect Michael J. Fox to. But because of just the way his voice is styled, I guess, I don't know, it's the reason why they hired him for Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But he's cool and nice at the same time. And it was a real good combination. And I feel like also he just committed to the role really well. He seemed to like the role.
Yeah.
In my opinion, just like he's a good voice actor for it. And that's why I'll say good casting choice is my top of the podium. What do you think?
I could definitely agree with that. I think like his voice to me is like a nice just automatic comfort to it.
Yeah.
Where it's like you tend to trust him just right off the bat. So like he didn't have to work. The character didn't have to work hard to earn your trust or compassion as a character.
Something along those lines. Maybe I'm not hitting the exact right note, but it's definitely something along the lines that has something to do with Michael J. Fox being in it.
You used to immediately trust the character, and it definitely because his voice is recognizable. But also, he said he's good at playing a nice, cool guy.
Yeah.
Where it really works well. I think that's definitely a good first point. Where because the main character is we see the world through his eyes, so having it be someone you like is very important. And it's it's a very crazy environment we're thrown into in this movie. So I think having the main character be someone like that, who we automatically trust, is very important. I think it's a very good first
right. And also just like with the cool thing, because Milo's character is not supposed to be cool.
No,
he's bullied in the first half of the movie. But the point I'm trying to make is that Fox gave a coolness to the character where when he was bullied, we're like, he's lame. They're right or whatever. Because sometimes if you had say the father in Back to the Future play Milo, it wouldn't have been the same because you would have been like, oh yeah, he's a loser. He's weird. He's a loser.
Yeah.
No, he is cool. They're just not seeing it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
That's the difference. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why you followed Milo through the whole story.
No, for sure.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
So that's from me. Do you have a?
I would agree with the first point.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he's a cool main character. For the second point, I think the big draw to this movie for me was the the whole mythological lore behind Atlantis and what happens in the movie, how it's Atlantis sunk, and we have these gems that power the city now and all this craziness, and it's they've lived thousands of years.
Going on.
There's a lot going on with Atlantis.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
But all the lore with it that ties into the ancient past, and it's just the whole just straight up world building put into Atlantis.
That's good. Yeah, I feel that's perfectly fair. The world building was unexpectedly good.
Yeah, that's what I would say for specifically for the Atlantis part, because the rest of the movies just take place in the 20s.
Yeah, it's a normal world stuff. Once you went to Atlantis, there was a lot going on.
All original ideas and you could tell a lot of work went into that.
Yeah,
and it looked really interesting as a movie.
Yeah, I think that's fair because they also had all the statues that come out in the end. Remember?
Yeah, those big statues. Yeah.
That was something where I was like, that's unexpected.
Yeah.
Honestly, in the end, they had they had them come up and form the wall around and just giant huge falls,
holographic dome.
And it was they did not skimp on the mechanics of Atlantis. Yeah. They get a lot of detail into it, and it was very noticeable.
Yeah.
From the artistic design that was behind it to its whole history went way back because they had a whole history with remember the main king, and he tried to use the diamond or the main crystal
when it first
for power.
Yeah,
there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was a very in-depth and well connected story for Atlantis, and I liked that a lot. It really did sell the story though.
Yeah, I agree. So for me, that was my very strong.
I can't disagree with that. That's a good one. That definitely is along the lines of my head was thinking too. My brain was like, there's something with like the Atlanteans.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So,
all right. So then, since we already did the first two, what do you think for the third one?
So for the third, I feel like with any story discussing it, like the lost city of Atlantis, right? Like a big part of it's always gonna be the exploration of actually finding the city.
Okay.
And I think the movie did a good job of like, because the exploration was like a good chunk of the movie.
Yeah, it was a good like first 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, or a little more maybe, but
yeah,
it was kind of like the classic 20,000 Leagues kind of story.
Very
like,
much.
You have the crew and they're all like going on this quest to find, which is always fun. So I think that was a really fun part of the movie for me. So that could have been that is potential, I think, third point. But I wonder if if you have anything.
Yeah. I just to riff off of that, the submarine they had designed is definitely the coolest of the like Nautilus-esque submarines I've seen.
Yeah.
Where it was like it had a really it wasn't steampunk. I don't know what the design was.
It was like almost like steampunk.
It was close, but not quite. It was more contained.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I loved it. I loved the design. The giant windows are exactly. It was very obviously the Nautilus design.
Yeah.
My only complaint with that is it did not last long enough because that ship literally went for like 5 minutes.
It was over. I was surprised when they just destroyed it and then went to land really quickly. But, So my thing though is it the adventure part to it, or is it the I have two other options. So the other option is the whole grandfather legacy, because he's doing Milo's doing because of his grandfather, and that rich guy was friends with the grandfather. That whole build up was really cool. Yeah,
I liked that, and his mingling with the other characters, right? Like the other people after they landed finally.
Yeah.
The character interactions between everybody and learning about their stories and stuff was also pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like to me the mingling is included in the quest part of it.
Okay, so
that's kind of like all happens at the same time.
So then, for you, which one was more important? Was it the adventure part, or was it
legacy?
The legacy part, like which one drove it more home to you?
I think the legacy was definitely a cool part of the movie, but like looking back on the movie, I definitely remember the quest part of it more.
That's fair. That actually is fair.
I mean?
Me too. Yeah, because I remember it more, and I also want it to last longer, which usually lets you know it was good.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's usually a pretty good sign it was good.
Yeah. So I'd say we put that as a third point.
That's good.
But the little bonus one is the legacy. Little bonus.
Sure,
bonus. Fourth podium. Super bronze.
Just participation trophy.
Yeah.
The grandfather.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a very good point because who didn't love that part of the movie? And the whole part where they went to the tunnel. They find Atlantis. That was
cool.
Really great. Yeah.
Yeah. Any criticisms come to mind?
Criticisms? It'd be hard with this one.
Yeah. Nothing for me. Nothing big. Just I think certain parts of it could have been a little bit less complicated and a little more concise.
Okay.
Just general themes of it could have been like with the mutiny and like the like when the princess becomes like the crystal and like a lot of like the magic that happens. I think a lot of it was like really cool in theory, but like again, not a big complaint. But just like if I had to change something, I would have made it a little more, some parts a little more concise, make a little more sense.
Okay.
But like the movie was fine. I don't
know. Yeah. Like I said, for me, it would probably just be the adventure part didn't last long enough for me.
That's just
I love 20,000 Leagues.
Especially the water part of it.
Yeah, the water part of it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, and then it kind of just ended right away.
Yeah, I think
they found Atlantis pretty fast.
Yeah, they did find Atlantis pretty fast.
But it's also a Disney movie where it's like they have to fit the hour and a half. So I'm not gonna look at that as a judgment.
Yeah.
Like if it was a 2.5 hour movie and they found Atlantis in 5 minutes, I'd be a little bit concerned. Yeah. Like, oh, no one found this. Yeah. It's not a Disney movie, whatever. They need to move the story along because they're gonna fall asleep. Yeah. Just
Yeah. So overall, barely any complaint really. So good movie. Definitely check it out. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. All right.
Yep.
That's it. All right. Catch you on the next one.
Yep. The next one, whatever it is.
Yeah.